morning. It's Thursday, October 24th. Thank you so much for joining us on this edition of WEX Wake Up. I'm Natasha Sweet. The well-worn playbook of painting former President Donald Trump as a threat to democracy may have lost its shock value.
While Donald Trump was president, he said he wanted generals like Adolf Hitler had. Donald Trump said that because he does not want a military that is loyal to the United States Constitution. He wants a military that is loyal to him.
Vice President Kamala Harris launched a scathing attack on the former president, comparing him to Adolf Hitler and warning of the dangers of his presidency. The comparison comes as the election season enters its final stretch, with Trump and Harris engaged in a bitter battle for the White House. But some analysts believe the attacks may fall flat, as voters have heard similar claims before. Republicans have denounced the comparisons as desperate and dangerous. With polling momentum favoring Trump, it remains to be seen whether the push will make a difference with the electorate. Despite insults losing their intended consequences, the White House doesn't shy away from calling Trump a fascist. Our Naomi Lim has more.
The White House helped the Harris campaign, amplifying criticisms from former White House Chief of Staff John Kelly about former President Donald Trump.
Is the president aware of John Kelly's assertion that Donald Trump meets the definition of a fascist?
You have heard from this president over and over again about the threats to democracy, and the president has spoken about that. You've heard from the former president himself saying that he is going to be a dictator on day one. Do we agree? I know that the vice president just spoke about this. Do we agree about that determination? Yes, we do. We do. Let's not forget, I will point you to January 6th. What we saw on January 6th, 2,000 people were told to go to the Capitol to undo a free and fair election by the former president. It was a dark, dark day in our democracy.
Biden has described Trump's philosophy as semi-fascism in the past, but this escalation of rhetoric comes 2 weeks before the election. I'm Naomi Lim for the Washington Examiner.
Asheville voters have mixed feelings about Trump visiting this week. Our Christian Day Talk is there and has more on what people are saying.
I'm in Asheville, North Carolina, where early voting has started nearly a month after Hurricane Helene devastated this community. We talked to voters at polling centers about how they think the candidates might be politicizing the tragedy.
I think that no matter what, we need our leaders to be able to show up. Wherever there are issues, we want our leaders to be there. We want them to care.
I think the way this has been politicized is totally disgusting.
I don't really understand that logic, and I am glad that people like Chuck Edwards are speaking out strongly against that and discounting all the things that are being said.
Now, Donald Trump visited Asheville on Monday, but Vice President Kamala Harris has yet to campaign in the state after visiting to survey storm damage with President Joe Biden. Reporting from Asheville, I'm Christian Day Talk for the Washington Examiner.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday morning. For more stories, be sure to head on over to our website and give us a follow on social media so you can stay in the know and all that's trending in politics. Have a great day.